Hey everybody, welcome back to Scribbles with Jonathan. Um, Today I'm actually going to try to do a viewer question, and I always ask all you guys and girls that are watching, please submit questions. I'll try to get to them as fast as I can. But today it was drawing hands, how to draw hands, all that good stuff. I will say right now that I do believe that it's a much larger question than, or a much longer answer, I should say, to the question that I don't think I'll be able to get to in such a short video here. But what I wanted to do is just show you guys very quickly some of the things that I try to think about, and hopefully you can relate that to what you're doing. So right here, just a quick warm up there. This is Manga Studio. Um, just helps with the shading and all that stuff over Photoshop, I find. Anyway, so really quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the palm side up and the palm side down of how I like to think of doing the hand, drawing the hand. And this will change on your style as well. But so here's the palm up, and this chunky thing over here would be your thumb, and then this right here is where all your digits of your fingers are going to attach, and then the other meaty side right here of your hand. You can actually flip it over and look at it. This side of your thumb is kind of like a triangle, and it's really cool because it's a triangle. You can kind of make another triangle on it and sort of attach the thumb right onto it like that. And again, this isn't going to be totally perfect, just something to think about. Get your brain hopefully thinking in a different direction there. And if you look at your hand, actually it kind of comes up like a triangle point right here. And I do this little like shape like that. And what you can do is just kind of carve this up. And you'll get your digits. And if you look right here, this is getting real skinny. We'll kind of play along with it as we go here. But you can quickly turn these right into fingers. And what the heck, we'll just flare a finger out like that. And if I just drop the opacity just a little bit there, and we just quickly draw over it. You know, just whatever feels good. And just kind of in and out, kind of just to give it some life to the fingers there. And so I mean that would be that. The tricky part here too is connecting it to the wrist. Like a lock in a way. That's a terrible lock, but that's the idea that you want to kind of have it in there. This should be talked about again in a more in-depth video. But a quick way to think about it is if the cylinder is the forearm and your hand here, let me just draw it into perspective just so you can see it, is going to lock into your wrist like that. Kind of like this, and your thumb, that triangle shape would kind of come out like that. It's easy too once you do the cylinder if you break the forearm up again into a four-dimensional thing there, just kind of like the hand was, if that makes any sense to you. Um, We'll just crank that back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to do palm facing down away from us here. Exact same thing, except we don't have, break in where the thumb's going to be and all that stuff. What I do here though is I try to have that triangular shape already there and have all your knuckles before that triangle shape. The knuckles shouldn't be above this, and you'll see hopefully as we go here. But if you have that triangle shape again, and just do that shape once more, you can kind of, your guesswork's already done because you can do that spacing in between the knuckles there. And, you can have some fun with it there. I like to actually draw the tendons kind of coming in like that, and you'll see in a second once I lower the opacity there and get drawing. You can have some really cool stuff like old gnarly fingers and all that good stuff. Just breaking up where the hand goes into the palm there. And go there. And then you get like these little like weird ovally shapes where the fingers bend at the top, and you got your nails. Really weird nails there. But what's really cool, and this is actually, you can see a whole bunch of different artists, the way they draw knuckles. It's pretty different. I like to do like this kind of shape. If you're looking at the top, I think that would be a knuckle, and then I kind of do this rendering line here to break it up a bit. But as especially for males. I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. You'll have it going in there. Then you could like add like kind of like these swooshy lines in there, which would be your veins. But anyway, that's getting into another another thing. But to practically use this kind of stuff, I kind of feel it out. So let's say maybe you got somebody kind of pointing at you like a superhero kind of pose. It's a good idea to have an idea. It's a good idea to have an idea of where your wrist is, because you can kind of place the rest of your hand in there. And then I start to do these cone shapes. And right here, what I'm drawing right now is the actual hand. This shape over here, that's the wrist. This shape here is the hand, okay? Going back to what we did right here, where we break it up a bit, I tried to stay away from it too much, but I added as well. And as you can see, that curve is way more drastic than anything this blocky, but there's so much energy in your hand, it's so hard to capture it sometimes. So try to keep as many curves as you can, especially in the rough stage, I find. And then I like to just do like the sausage shapes here. I'm just gonna like break the hand up a little bit here. I'll bring it out some more, just because those sausage shapes, as weird as it sounds, there's so much energy in a line like this than there is in drawing a hand static like that. But what I've just drawn is what we're going to do to those sausage shapes that we already put on there. So don't think about going, oh man, my structure's gone. At this stage, I don't think you're worried about the structure, just the energy. Okay, and kind of think of it like a Mickey Mouse glove. That might help as well. And right at the top of the ridge here, I can kind of follow it up, and I just add those little circles for the knuckles. And now that we have that, the next thing I would do is definitely go in and start breaking up those shapes. A really cool way to think about it is, and this goes for all your drawing as well, if you can have, whoops, I don't want to save that. If you can have a sharp shape like this, the other sides should be round and soft. It just gives it like this really cool effect. And what you can do with that is you start to break up the knuckle, right? So that's one knuckle, other knuckle, other knuckle right into your right up there. So right here we're gonna have that kind of sharp line there for the finger, and then we're gonna start doing this wrapping stuff. And you don't, I'm actually really overplaying this just to sell it to you guys. I'll actually erase this when we're done and just kind of draw it the way I normally would do it. Nothing's set in stone. You can still have fun with this stuff here. And again, I like to get in there with those knuckles and really make it pop a little bit extra. Just kind of throw a thumb in there as well, and yada yada yada. And you could have your little nails there. But I mean, that's one quick way of doing it. Again, the way I would do it. And this, it's going to take practice. Don't get discouraged or anything like that. And what I just shown you, most of you might prefer that over what I'm about to do. But this is just, after practice and kind of getting comfortable with drawing hands. I still struggle ridiculously, and you can flip through any of my work and look at the hands and just see how bad they actually look. But if you can have some core principles down, you should be okay. Once you go in there, you start getting overlapping shapes and all that cool stuff. But for me, I like to start with these knuckles. It's kind of like a placement, and oops. It's still the same kind of idea that I had before. It's just your shapes, they're not really clearly defined. Let's break them in there and then probably put like some of those. And personally, I'm a big fan of having like the big meaty fingers, especially for your male superheroes. Although characters like a Spider-Man and stuff, it doesn't really work that well. So as you can see, I mean, the other one was much more articulate, probably more towards realism in a way. So again, it's the style that you wanna go for, and I mean, I guess that's it. We'll just do one more quick one here. Maybe we'll have a so we got the top down. Maybe we should do one with the palm. A fist is usually a big deal, so I'll just start breaking in the shapes here. So this would be our fist. Doesn't make much sense, so let's start adding some structure to it. Got that big round ball of your thumb, knuckle of the thumb kind of coming up. And always be aware of overlapping shapes. So as you can see right here, we got the thumb, which is overlapping that line there, and then that's even overlapping the meat part of your thumb there, okay? So always be aware of that because that's going to help you big time. And here I'll actually start breaking this up just a bit, just so I can see where the knuckles are lining up here in the hand. And you know what the heck? This guy's at a rock concert, so we're going to give him the flash of the devil horns there. Yeah, we'll bring that in there. So you know, I know this is looking like a mess to a lot of you guys, so hopefully this will help you out here. Also, I'm a big fan of adding chunky bones and things that probably don't belong. They just kind of look right to me. So I know there's a wrist bone there. I don't exactly know if that's where it would be placed, but I'm going to put it in there because I think it just helps break the line up a little bit. And you know, bring it in there. We got our knuckle there, so we're going to put a little line there for the knuckle. Again, just add some beef. We're going to break up that line again using those sharp points, and now we're just gonna bang, bang, bang. Well, there's way too many points there. So you got your soft shapes here. And I'm actually going off of the. Oops, I went off the. I gotta go back up here. All of a sudden, I started drawing, not looking at my sketch underneath. Let's get that. That one, and we'll knock in that next finger, and again, same kind of idea. And always remember your perspective, or at least try to, where your lines will be folding. And we'll just get that other guy in there, another bone there. And just like the rest of your drawing, it's going to be a style choice that you're going to choose, and you're always going to be battling back and forth as to which one you like better. You know, like these are huge sausage fingers here. If a female was doing this, you know, they'd be much more, you know, this line here would probably look something like, you know, softer lines, nothing too drastic. You could get away with, you know, adding a little bit of the bends where the fingers are, but when you're drawing the ladies, you know, as you've always heard, less lines are usually better. So, I mean, I hope this helped you with some basic fundamentals of how I do it. Again, I really want to get into this stuff, and you guys can actually expect this stuff within the next few months, actually, very soon. Excuse me, I'm going to ramp up the content here with longer videos, and I'm going to definitely get behind looking into making hour-long specific videos available for download and things like that. But until then, I mean, I hope this answered some of your questions, alleviated some of the questions you may have had for yourself. And like usual, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them here. Or you could email me at Jonathan_A_Rector, which is RECTOR, at hotmail.com, and I'll try to get back to you guys. So until the next video, keep making comics, guys. Keep reading comics. Keep sharing videos. Keep sharing content. And get your ideas out there. Share them with the world. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.